I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Mohan Pieris. You have the floor, Excellency.
For giving me the floor. Chair, the failure to fulfill obligations undertaken under the legally binding instruments on conventional weapons remains a primary contributory factor to the serious harm to humankind. Conventional weapons, particularly small arms and light weapons, continue to play a primary role in armed conflict worldwide, both in conflict and non-conflict settings. Their accessibility, Chair, low cost and ease of use make them particularly problematic. Even young children can use them easily, as seen in the hands of child soldiers. These weapons don't just disappear. When conflicts end, they linger, casting long shadows over communities struggling to rebuild. So what are we doing to address this challenge is the question. The adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, particularly Target 16.4, was a significant step. The target commits us, we say, to significantly reducing illicit arms flows by 2030. It's an ambitious goal, no doubt, but one what we must strive to achieve. So let us remind ourselves that action under 18F of the Pact of the Future we have undertaken to address the risks associated with the illicit trade of small arms and light weapons, their parts and ammunition or associated ammunition, including through national prevention strategies and approaches. So we call on all states to take concrete measures to give effect to this commitment. Chair, Sri Lanka also notes that the consensual adoption of the outcome document of the 4th UN Conference to review the progress made in the implementation of the Programme of Action on Small Arms and Light Weapons earlier this year. The outcome document provides a framework that balances urgent action with practical implementation. Sri Lanka emphasizes the need to strengthen national capacity for marking, identifying and tracing weapons, enhance border control and deepen international cooperation. Sri Lanka also underlines the need to expedite the implementation of a standing dedicated fellowship training program on small and light weapons. Sri Lanka has been a party to the Anti-Personnel Mine Ban Convention since 2018. The government of Sri Lanka has taken the initiative to enact the Act of the APNB and in 2019, Sri Lanka began to process the process of stockpile destruction and completed the same by the end of 2021. Chair, in 2023, Sri Lanka revised its mine clearance strategy, setting the target to achieve a mine-free status by 2027. Sri Lanka acceded to the Cluster Munitions Convention on March 1, 2018, less than 3 months after the country's accession to the Mine Ban Treaty. It is significant, we say, to note that having faced over 2 decades of conflict that ended in 2009, Sri Lanka has not used cluster munitions during the conflict, and the country has not stockpiled them for future use either. Chair, Sri Lanka becomes a party to the Convention on certain conventional weapons in 2004. We value this platform for its role in fostering dialogue and negotiation on critical issues. We are particularly concerned about the intersection of conventional weapons with emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence. We must work together to address these new challenges, such as the worrisome new conventional weapon technologies, such as lethal autonomous weapons, which continue to pose significant challenges. It is our view that international humanitarian law continues to apply fully to all weapon systems, including the potential use of lethal autonomous weapons. Addressing the challenge posed by conventional weapons is not just about controlling weapons, but also about munitions management through its life cycle. We take note of the adoption of the final report of the open-ended working group established pursuant to the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 78/47, which adopted a set of voluntary political commitments under the global framework. In conclusion, Chair, let us remember that behind every statistic, every policy decision, there are real lives at stake. Our decision in this forum has the power to save lives, to protect communities, and to foster peace. I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative.